look at this video here, y'all. Appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button.
This morning, the homeless crisis in Central Florida putting some families in some very tough places for the holidays.
Fox 35's Danielle Knox found a family in Apopka forced to live out of their pickup truck, and she's live in studio with the latest on this. Danielle.
Good morning, guys.
Danielle got that damn nice ass dress on. You go, Danielle, child. I love it. She's looking good. Go, girl.
As you see that pickup truck here behind me, and a family is leaning on their faith this holiday season and really every day. It's been a really rough road for a mother and her 7 children and nephews, all living, that's right, living in that one vehicle. Homelessness in plain sight. I went out to meet with her at her car, and she says that she's optimistic about her future, though things are very difficult in the present.
The hustle and bustle of a weekday morning. People with places to be. But unless you look closely, you might not even notice the old pickup truck parked in the dirt.
Y'all already starting. Y'all already starting. Grape tea dudes and skinny boy 20 boy. Y'all ain't ish.
Underneath some shade trees. Shade that hides a glaring fact. The occupants are homeless.
I lost my place due to the fact of the inflation being so high. I wasn't able to keep up with the rent.
So 47-year-old Sanella Purdue has lived in this truck since May with her 7 children and nephews and 2 small dogs.
Wait. 7 children and nephews, or it's a combination of children and nephews? Yeah, like they kind of like, come on, news. I'm gonna need y'all to do better. All right. That sounds half damn crazy to me. Shout out to everyone who is here. All right, y'all. So she got 7 kids and nieces. We're just gonna assume they mixed together. Okay, they mixed together. So inflation is the reason that she lost her place. Colombian peso. Thank you. Colombian peso. Shout out to Wall Street Tech. Thank you so much, hon. Appreciate you.
All of them sleeping in this tight space every single night. Sanella's swollen legs, a physical reminder of the cramped conditions.
It's horrible. I mean, I wake up in aching pain. My kids wake up from here to go to the store to get dressed and go to school, and it's bad.
The kids range in age from 11 to 17. We're blurring their faces to preserve their dignity. They get ready for school by washing up at a nearby convenience store, eating what they can, and studying where they can. It is not easy.
They don't like it. They cry. Emotionally, I can't break down. I have to keep going. So I keep God first, and I have to give it prayer every day.
But many of the days of Sanella's life have not been easy. Born in Sanford, she was a normal teenager until a traumatic event at age 19 altered her life forever. She went on disability and was making it okay, she says, until another traumatic event, the brutal murder of her 16-year-old son in 2016.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to talk about this here. I just deal with it just amongst me and my kids.
She says she went into a spiral after her son's murder, and it still haunts her today.
But I get weak sometimes, so even a strong needs somebody.
Sanella collects disability and picks up scrap metal for money. She says DCF has been out to her location and the children's schools as well, who say the children come to school well dressed and clean. However, she says DCF has not offered assistance because technically they do have a roof over their heads, their car, and they've acknowledged.
Child. This story sounds half damn crazy. First of all, the newscaster, there was a traumatic event when she was younger. Well, what was it? Like, let us know. You just tossing information out here with no context to it. But the second tragic event, rest in peace to her son. Okay, I cannot imagine losing a child, y'all. So I'm not being, any type of way about that. I understand that could be a problem. Okay, but and I'm not laughing at it. I'm laughing at a comment. But what are we gonna do when people just keep saying all these traumatic events, right? And everyone has traumatic issues and events, right? I'm just saying, everybody don't have the childhood they think they should have. Everybody mama ain't that great. Everybody daddy ain't that great. Blah, 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 blah. When do we move forward? When do we get the help that we need? This goes along with the daggone message this morning. When do we participate in our lives? And if we did have a tragic event when we were younger, we found a way to have 7 kids. I'm going to just go ahead and give her 5, okay? We're going to give her 5 of these kids because I think it might be a mix of the nieces and nephews. So we find a way to have 5. But, you know, some people will still glorify just having kids all willy-nilly and nobody's supposed to say anything and it's all good in the hood. They're making the story about inflation. Family loses home to inflation. Reporter, how? They just said reporter loses, or they just said that she lost a home due to inflation, but they're not telling us how. That you're not giving us any context. And then Florida, shout out to Florida. Child, I see you in less than 2 weeks. But the Florida said DCF or the kid, whatever it is for the kids, said, "Oh, you got a place to live. You live in the car." What? I'm thinking somebody need look into DCSF or whatever it's called if that's the case, the kids services, because that sounds half damn crazy. That's not a place to live. What? 7 people, including her, I guess it's 8. And the dogs, lest we not forget the dogs. I hope they at least be outside. You know, it's warm in Florida at minimum. This story sounds half damn crazy. And it's going to elicit a lot of empathy and sympathy. Shout out to those that feel that way. Okay, now listen, I don't think these kids should be living in a car. Excuse me. I don't think these kids should be living in a car. So I agree with that from that perspective. But how we got here, I'm trying to understand. Now, this is somebody like maybe in this situation, depending on how it happened, of course, we always want to know where their father's at. But, you know, the reporters never ask those questions. Can they go stay with a relative? Go stay with their dad or daddies? We don't know. Never want to talk about that. Watch, this will be a story update, and I'll be looking for it, where people have donated $50,000 and now she lives in some place all good in the hood and everything is wonderful. I bet you that's going to happen. Anybody want to take that bet? Shout out to Michon. Thank you so much, hon. She says, "Ma'am, what more do you want from me? 7 kids." Exactly, child. This sounds crazy, but it was inflation. It was inflation, child. No other explanation. So y'all supposed to just take it at that and, you know, start sending in the funds, because I'm sure there is something on their website that says that you can donate here. I promise you that's what's going on. Shout out to D. Scott in the building. Thank you so much, hon, for the support. I appreciate you. He says truck roof equals house, right? If that doesn't say the state don't care about the kids, she damn sure doesn't. What is his name? Ron DeSantis said he don't give a F, okay?
Sanella is taking good care of the children. But Sanella is hoping to find a permanent roof for her family, not the roof of a car, but an apartment or a transitional housing situation. She says that would be a first step towards living a more normal life.
Do you feel that you will get out of this situation?
Yes, I do. One day. I'm just praying for a sooner day.
According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, there are more than 31,000 homeless people on our streets on any given night. State agencies and private organizations are overwhelmed. Sanella says because of the size of her family, shelters can't accommodate them all long term. But sometimes, to escape the cramped truck, she gathers enough money for the occasional hotel stay, giving them heat and air conditioning, a bed, a shower, and a sense of normalcy, if only for one night.
For people who are going to be watching these stories, Candy, what do you want them to know? What would you say to them?
No matter what, never give up, because there's a God in you that stands strong, and He will make everything possible. Keep praying for me. Pray for me for a better day.
Oh, and so we want to add here that We did reach out to DCF last week regarding Sanella's case and have not heard back. Sanella, though, says that her biggest hope, as you heard there in the piece, guys, is to find permanent housing. Unfortunately, that has not happened yet. And, you know, it's cold out here and her resources are very, very limited. And what's also unfortunate is her story mimics hundreds of stories that we see out on our streets. But again, you know, she's looking for some help, right? And so hopefully somebody will be able to reach out and help this lady who's really doing the very best she can under some just incredibly difficult circumstances.
And those kids going to school, and it just shows you don't know someone's situation.
Absolutely.
You know, because you have no idea what they've been through.
But they do know, the school knows the kids are homeless, but they come to school clean. They're doing their work. They're good students. And so she's doing an incredible job given the circumstances that she's under right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the children too. So can you imagine how hard that must be for them to even be able to do homework, right? There's nowhere even to sit down and have a quiet
they sit down outside of that truck and they do their homework. So again, you know, you just never know what somebody is going through, but we hope that somebody will lend some help to this incredible
tough look, but an important one for sure, Danielle. Thank you.
I trust that someone will give up some help. Okay, so excuse me, I'm not being you know, think what you want, of course. I'm not being negative, but what I'm saying is that you got these people out here glorifying baby mama-ism, being a single mom. I can do it all by myself. Y'all already know what it is. You can't tell her. You can't tell her. Oh my God, who you think you are? Guess what? She wanted to come on this daggone TV program. I'm going to ask the questions that the reporters won't ask. Where are your children's fathers? And what specifically does inflation have to do with this? What happened? You just tossing stuff out. It's just like saying MSG. Oh, okay. That's it? I mean, no context behind it? Because inflation has affected us all. I know people don't like to hear this, but inflation has affected us all. I'm just saying. Don't be mad at other people because they may have means, but that doesn't mean that they don't have struggles as well. I still got to go get this high ass gas if I want to get anywhere. I'm just saying.
We do not care